What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. Jo Diaz, he had the performance of the night, in my opinion. Heck of a win against Tevin Farmer. You're talking about a guy, think what you want about Tevin Farmer. The opposition hasn't been great. However, a guy who hasn't lost in, what, 6, 7 years? And Jo Diaz did his thing last night. I thought the scorecards were too close. I thought that fight was wide. I had it like 117, 111, I believe. You can maybe even do 118, 110. I thought he schooled Tevin Farmer. Farmer looked weird to me. He looked off, and you could question, is that because this was a big step up in competition to him? Or were there other things going on? I know he hurt his hand in the first round, so that could play into it, as well as they had a pretty bad headbutt early in that fight. And I didn't hear the commentators talk about it, but I wonder if Tevin Farmer was concussed by that and was just out of it, because that was a pretty bad headbutt, and he just seemed out of it after that. So it could be that. It could be the step up in opposition hurt him. It could be the weight draining. I don't know how much longer you can stay at 130. He's talking about moving up to 135. That would be a good move. However, he wants the immediate rematch against Jo Diaz. I think that's the thing to do, obviously. A guy comes and beats you for your titles, try to get him back before you move up to 135. Try to get that title back. Try to drain yourself to 130 one more time. Try to go in that well. And I think you'll see an immediate rematch in this fight. And I think it's going to be more of the same, because I don't know if it was a concussion that did this, or the hand that did this. I think 100% Tevin Farmer still would have had issues with Jo Diaz. Jo Diaz is a good fighter, man. What I like about him is he's active. 32 fights in, what, 7 years. Fought 3 times in 18, fought 3 times in 19. He's on pace to fight 3 times this year. Lost art, it seems, in today's boxing, where guys are fighting 1, maybe 2 times a year. So I like Diaz. There's a lot to like about him. He's a fun fighter to watch, a tough fighter, very likable personality. And I didn't know this, he's the 5th guy in that 2012 Olympic class to win a title. So that 2012 Olympic class, man, is flying under the radar and doing some good things. His only loss is to Gary Russell Jr. a couple years ago. So not a bad loss on his resume. So a lot to look forward to for Jo Diaz. And in the short term, I think what we have to look forward to is an immediate rematch later on in the year, or maybe not an immediate rematch. Maybe Diaz will fight one more time in the summer and they'll do this fight later in the year. I don't know. But I think we will see a rematch of this fight. Maybe Tevin Farmer will sit it out for a little while before the rematch, but we will see the rematch, I believe, and it's going to be more of the same. So a lot to look forward to for Diaz. I'm interested in seeing. Look, Farmer's still relatively young, 29 years old. So can he go back into this at 135 and put another run together, another string together of great fights? We know he can't step up to that top opposition at 135 and win. There are sharks there. However, he can put a nice string together again and get himself another big fight, another big payday. So we'll see. Jo Diaz wins the fight. A lot to look forward to with that guy. Y'all hit me up. Peace.